Hi everyone, my name is Goradia. I'm a Somatic Experiencing practitioner on the non-dual path. This is a counterpart video to the previous video called Surrendering Mental Attachments. So you can watch that one before or after this one. It doesn't matter the order, but both videos talk about Dharma, so they're complementary to each other. So what is Dharma, or duty, in terms of life purpose? I'm going to share with you the definition given by my teacher, which is Dharma is what we are uniquely qualified to do that the world desperately needs, that we also like doing. So let's break this down. So what we are uniquely qualified to do, what is it that you can do that you're just naturally good at, that people have said, wow, you really have a talent for that, something that you're exceptionally interested in, you've gone deep with it, and you also like it. You light up when you talk about it. And what is it that the world is desperately needing? What is there a market for? What is it that people are really searching for? And when we say that people need it, it's not that we think that they need it. So that would be from ego, right? It's that they're saying they want it. Because Dharma, following a dharmic path, is a way to make decisions without the use of ego. It's going downhill in life, searching for what is life asking of me? Where is the need? How can I meet it? And so we're just seeing what naturally opens up for us. Whereas going uphill is going from ego, striving, and I have to do it, and it has to be this way, and I have to take the strongest path, right? So it's really interesting because I know Ryan, I know somebody who is living downhill every moment, every day. Very interesting to see that actually embodied and practiced, because then you can see that, oh, one can really do this and he's not suffering. So I listen when he shares what's working for him, and then I try it on like a working hypothesis. Is that working for me as well? Does it reduce suffering? Because if you think about going uphill, there's a lot of suffering in that. And where is that effort coming from? So oftentimes it's coming from ego, which then builds ego. But if we're looking for peace of mind, then that is not the direction we're going to want to go in. It's okay if we're not looking for peace of mind. If we're looking for achievement in egoic ways, then that's the path that we're on, right? But if you're looking for peace of mind, you're going to notice at some point it's not satisfying. So how is it that we can work in life while still following our Dharma and having peace of mind, having a good quality of life while we're doing what we feel we're supposed to do in this world? So the previous video that I mentioned, the Surrendering Mental Attachments video, it talks about how when I am using my ego and I'm attached to ideas and striving, that's causing me suffering. Then how can I undo that? So naturally that goes in the direction of Dharma, undoing that efforting from ego, because Dharma is efforting from a place of not ego. Dharma is the place of efforting to extinguish ego. So if we're efforting from ego, that is our conditioning, our thought proliferation, habits we've developed as coping mechanisms to not feel emotions. And so when we are continuing those patterns, and they're not sustainable to our way of being, eventually they bottom out. Eventually they're not sustainable anymore. Either our energy bottoms out, or we realize, I'm just not happy. So Dharma is the equal and opposite effort needed to counteract this momentum of efforting, thought proliferation, conditioning that we've developed over a lifetime. So we are deconditioning our programming as we are following the path of Dharma, seeing what is being asked of us, meeting it, and making decisions that are not coming from self-inflation, ego inflation, but just, okay, this need is here. Am I uniquely qualified to help or meet this need? Do I enjoy doing it? So this is sustainable for me? And is this a need that people are actually asking for? I'm not imposing something on somebody else. This is a way to harmonize our individual will with the divine will, so that what we're doing is sustainable and we're not fighting against what is. That's the thing about going uphill. It's fighting against what is. So by going downhill, we're accepting what is. We're building acceptance into our way of life. It's a way to use our energy skillfully and a way to make decisions that are not based on ego or our life story. Dharma isn't what our culture has programmed us to want. There's a famous quote by Rumi that says, "Be suspicious of what you want." See, is that really what I want? Or is that just my programming? Where did I hear that from? That desire, that thought? Where did I first hear that? So the way to avoid this is to listen to your heart and always come back to here and know that your Dharma can also change. And that's perfectly okay. The ego will want to plan everything out in advance. And it'll say, wouldn't that be really cool if this, and this? And there's nothing wrong with being excited about things and having ideas, but the ego might think it has to be this way and it needs to be this way for the next 5 years and not be flexible to how life is changing and what are the needs in this moment. So my teacher, every day, he's just always trying to go downhill. What's being asked of me? And it's very interesting because it's a way to live effortlessly in life. We're not efforting from ego. We are efforting from Dharma. We're efforting from this place of I want to know myself. I want to accept what is. I want to live as my true self. So we're efforting from there, and that effort is required, again, to counteract that momentum of our conditioning. But it's not efforting and building ego. So when we do this, we're looking for what's coming into our lives effortlessly, what's being asked of us effortlessly. And so, again, it doesn't mean we're not expending energy. It's effortlessly from ego. So it's not to inflate myself, right? But some people ask, what if this unhealthy situation came into my life effortlessly? Well, just because something comes into your life effortlessly doesn't mean that you automatically have to do it and must make that decision. You have to see, is this sustainable for my energy? Is this in alignment with my Dharma? So don't use effortlessness as the only criteria. We want to balance that with Dharma, energy levels. Is this something I enjoy? Does this feel right for me? That this, you know when you do something that you really love and you don't notice the time going by, you could do it for hours and you just really love it. Or have you ever helped somebody and it was so natural that you got surprised when they said thank you? Because you weren't even doing it to get a thank you. You just loved doing it. You loved sharing something with them. That's Dharma. It's that spark, something that lights you up. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If you want to share what your Dharma is or any other criteria you think should be included in looking for one's life purpose. I hope this was helpful. I'll see you next time.